Well, let me just ask you a really simple question. A lot of people think it's unbecoming for a preacher to live a life of luxury and to fly around in private jets. What's your response to that?
They're wrong.
Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
And you have some fancy clothes. I mean, for a pastor, you are living a life of luxury. You've got great homes, you've got great planes, you drive in limos.
I'm a very wealthy man.
You're a very wealthy man.
Yes.
Yeah. And some people would say that it's...
I think he started with good intentions, but I think power and money went to his head.
No one's ever seen it. This is his original presentation to raise money from the 70s.
Off the property now.
Where's that badge, just by the way?
Off the property.
Can I see where this?
You want to see this? Off the property.
Whoa, you're flash your gun?
In that magnificent name, the name of Jesus, amen.
What would you do if you owned a private jet worth tens of millions of dollars, but refused to fly on ordinary commercial airlines because you said they were a tube full of demons? What if that jet could land at your own private airport, beside a massive luxury estate in Texas, while your ministry controlled hundreds of millions and possibly billions of dollars in assets? This is the world of Kenneth Copeland, a man who built one of America's most powerful religious empires and transformed it into a lifestyle filled with private jets, enormous mansions, luxury vehicles, exclusive properties, and a level of wealth that has made him one of the most controversial religious figures in the world. But the real story is not just about the money you can see, because behind the famous $17.5 million Gulfstream jet, behind the private airport, behind the enormous Texas estate, behind the luxury homes and hidden properties, is a financial empire far more complicated than most people realize. How much is Kenneth Copeland actually worth? Where does his money really come from? How many private jets does he own? Why does he need his own airport? And how did a man who began preaching prosperity become one of the most recognizable faces of religious wealth in America? Today, we are going inside Kenneth Copeland's insane luxury lifestyle, from his private jets and multi-million-dollar mansion, to his hidden properties, expensive vehicles, private aviation empire, and the extraordinary financial world built around his name. This is the story of how Kenneth Copeland turned faith, television, and a message about prosperity into one of the most fascinating and controversial luxury lifestyles in America. And by the end of this video, you may never look at Kenneth Copeland the same way again. Now let's get straight to the luxury and the extraordinary amount of money surrounding one of America's most famous televangelists. Let's start with the property that has attracted the most attention. Located in the Fort Worth, Texas area, near Eagle Mountain Lake, Kenneth and Gloria Copeland have been associated with an enormous 6-bedroom, 6-bathroom mansion measuring more than 18,000 square feet. This is not an ordinary house. The mansion features multiple floors, massive living spaces, crystal chandeliers, a dramatic spiral staircase, luxury interiors, a tennis court, large garages, and a covered boat dock with 3 slips. The home is so large that its living area is comparable to several ordinary houses combined. Its reported value has been placed at around $6.3 million, while later appraisals and reports have placed the property value at approximately $7 million or more, depending on the valuation. And the location makes it even more extraordinary. This is a luxury lakefront estate in the Fort Worth area of Texas, surrounded by privacy and enormous grounds. But the mansion is not the only property connected to the Copeland empire. The Kenneth Copeland Ministries campus in Newark, Texas, operates across a massive property that includes ministry offices, broadcasting facilities, educational facilities, warehouses, residences, and aviation infrastructure. And then there is something that makes this lifestyle completely different from that of an ordinary wealthy person. Kenneth Copeland has an airport. Kenneth Copeland Airport is located near the ministry's headquarters in Newark, Texas. For most people, owning a private jet is already unimaginable. Kenneth Copeland's world went further. He had access to the aircraft, he had access to the runway, he had access to hangars, and he had a private aviation operation designed around the ministry. Now let's talk about the aircraft. One of the most famous jets associated with Kenneth Copeland Ministries is the Gulfstream V. This is a long-range luxury business jet capable of flying across continents. The aircraft was reportedly acquired from filmmaker Tyler Perry in 2018. The purchase price has been widely reported at around $20 million.
This is Friday, January the 12th, 2018. We took possession of the Gulfstream 5, and we give God praise for it and thanksgiving. It is debt-free.
This is a big deal, man. It's a big airplane. Hey, are you looking at this? Look, hey, are you seeing this?
This is the kind of aircraft normally associated with billionaires, corporations, and governments. It is designed for long-distance travel, high-end comfort, privacy, and speed. But the Gulfstream V was not the only aircraft connected to Kenneth Copeland Ministries. The ministry has also been associated with the 2005 Cessna Citation X. The Citation X is one of the fastest private business jets in the world and has been used for international travel. There was also a 1998 Cessna Citation Bravo, which the ministry received from a donor in 2007. And the ministry has also been connected to a historic 1962 Beech H-18 Twin, which was being restored for disaster relief purposes. Over the years, other aircraft have also been associated with the ministry's aviation operation. At one point, reports indicated that Kenneth Copeland Ministries had multiple aircraft, with the combined value of its private jets reaching millions of dollars. So when people say Kenneth Copeland has a private jet, that description does not tell the entire story. The real story is a fleet of aircraft, a private airport, hangars, runways, and the cost of maintaining an aviation operation that most people can only imagine. And then there is the luxury transportation on the ground. Kenneth Copeland has long been associated with the kind of high-end lifestyle that includes luxury vehicles and private transportation, luxury cars. Kenneth Copeland's collection isn't about speed, it's about status. Every vehicle reflects a taste for handcrafted luxury, executive comfort, and timeless prestige. Leading the collection is a Bentley, a British masterpiece worth over $300,000. Wrapped in hand-stitched leather, polished walnut veneers, and fitted with a bespoke Breitling dashboard clock, it's the kind of luxury usually reserved for royalty and billionaires. Next is the legendary Mercedes-Benz S-Class. Costing nearly $100,000 when new, its cabin surrounds passengers with buttery soft Napa leather, handcrafted wood trim, ambient lighting, heated and ventilated seats, and limousine-level comfort. The collection also includes a Cadillac XLR convertible, a rare American Grand Tourer valued at around $80,000. With premium leather upholstery, real wood accents, a retractable hardtop, and a powerful V8 engine, it blends performance with first-class luxury. Completing the lineup is the iconic Chevrolet Corvette convertible. Worth around $50,000, it delivers unmistakable American muscle while offering a leather-wrapped cockpit, premium Bose audio, and a driving experience built for excitement. Luxury watches. Luxury doesn't stop with the cars. Kenneth Copeland has also been associated with an impressive collection of Breitling timepieces. From diamond-set models to aviation-inspired chronographs, some of these Swiss-made watches are worth tens of thousands of dollars, representing the same level of craftsmanship and exclusivity found in the world's finest luxury brands. But now we arrive at the biggest question of all. How much is Kenneth Copeland actually worth? And this is where the answer becomes complicated. Some estimates have placed Kenneth Copeland's personal wealth at approximately $300 million. Other estimates have claimed figures as high as $750 million, or even $1 billion.
And how is a pastor worth nearly $1 billion?
But these numbers should be treated as estimates, not confirmed official figures. Why? Because personal wealth and ministry assets are not automatically the same thing. The ministry may own or operate aircraft. The ministry may own properties. The ministry may operate facilities. And those assets cannot simply be added together and called Kenneth Copeland's personal bank balance.
No.
But one thing is undeniable. Kenneth Copeland has built one of the largest and most financially powerful religious empires in America. His world includes a multi-million-dollar lakefront mansion, a massive ministry campus in Texas, a private airport, multiple aircraft, a Gulfstream Vive reportedly worth around $20 million, a Citation X, a Citation Bravo, additional aviation assets, large properties, luxury residences, and an organization that has operated with enormous financial resources for decades. So when you look at the complete picture, Kenneth Copeland's luxury lifestyle is not about one expensive house or one private jet. It is about an entire ecosystem of wealth. A mansion worth millions, jets worth tens of millions, a private airport, large-scale properties, and a financial empire that has made him one of the wealthiest and most controversial televangelists in America. Because the question is not simply how much money Kenneth Copeland has. The question is how an empire built around preaching prosperity became powerful enough to support a lifestyle featuring multi-million-dollar mansions, private aircraft, a private airport, and an extraordinary collection of high-value assets. From a former musician, to a preacher, to the leader of a global ministry, Kenneth Copeland transformed his message of prosperity into an empire. And today, that empire has made him one of the most recognizable faces of wealth in American religion. A man with a mansion, a man with private jets, a man with an airport, and a man whose estimated personal fortune could reach hundreds of millions of dollars. This is the insane luxury lifestyle of Kenneth Copeland.